When you picture camping, what usually comes to mind? Probably a tent or camper, a campfire, and some family and friends. But for some Iowans, camping just wouldn't be the same if they didn't bring their horse along for the fun.
Between state and county parks, there are well over 24 locations to trot through the Iowa landscape. One of the most popular being Fayette County's Volga River State Recreation Area.
Many Iowans refer to the northeast corner of the state as Little Switzerland. The rugged beauty of hills and valleys, limestone river bluffs, and numerous creeks and rivers provide picturesque landscapes, reminiscent of the views in the Swiss Alps. Located right in the middle of it all is the Volga River State Recreation Area. And spanning 5,700 acres, it has something for everyone.
What I like is just the diversity. There's so much to do here, and whatever a person's interest is, they're going to find it here.
Oh, look at it!
I would bring fishing poles, I'd bring bicycles, I'd bring kayaks or canoes. Bring a boat if you like fishing as well. We have the Volga River that runs here. We have 7 miles of river for the kayaking and canoeing, or you can take them in the lake as well and paddle out there. A lot of roads for bicycling. Traffic is pretty conscientious, so it's pretty safe to ride bikes on the roadway, as well as you can take them on the trails as well. Some of the trails are going to be a little bit difficult because of the terrain, but some of them are pretty level and easy to ride as well. So I get people up here where we're at right now, up at the Scenic Overlook on the sledding hill, and I get a lot of people out here at night that look for stars because we don't have a lot of lights that flood the area, so they're able to look at stars and planets at night. So really, whatever your interests are, bird watching, we get a lot of that as well. Anything outdoor related, this is a great place to bring, or to come and just bring whatever your passion is.
But as one of 9 of Iowa's state parks, preserves, forest, and recreation areas that provide an equestrian campground, Volga is especially popular among the equine crowd. The Albany Campground offers 34 equestrian campsites, complete with electric hookups and hitching posts.
With the equestrian riders, it's very well known for their equestrian trails in the campground. It's one of the few campgrounds that has electricity in the equestrian campground, which is a big draw. And then we added 7 hydrants in the campground as well, and so people are able to fill up the water tanks for the horses and for their campers as well.
Volga is one of my favorites because I like the water crossings. You know, they're not deep, but yet the horses can get a drink of water occasionally, and it's just beautiful, and the lots are nice and big here, and since they put in electricity, it's perfect.
As far as riding goes, most of Volga's trails are perfect for novice riders.
We have 22 miles of trails, and it's kind of split up into 6 different sections, and so you could ride different loops or different directions, or make big large loops and skip some of the connecting routes in between, so you could spend days just exploring trails and different aspects of it.
You can ride it any direction you want to. There's some that you're out in the sun, and then there's others that you're under the trees and it's nice and cool.
The trails here are really easy. There are some tougher ones, but you don't have to go on those. But it'd give you a good try out on it.
Perfect. We get a splash somebody stand right in the edge of the water.
It's not rough riding, but depending on which trail you take, some are a little more trying than the other ones because a lot of horses don't like water. They don't want to go across that little river down there. They're like, oh my gosh, my feet are getting wet. No. But then there's other trails where you don't have to worry about the water. You cross over bridges. I mean, it's a good experience, especially for new horses. That's why I like to bring new horses, because they're exposed to a lot of things: traffic, dogs, people, noises.
Given that all the trails at Volga are multi-use, it's important to know appropriate trail etiquette. If you're hiking and biking, Jeff recommends yielding toward the horse and to make your presence known to avoid spooking them.
Generally, just yield towards horses and just let the rider know that you're there so that the horse doesn't spook. And just, if you're on a bicycle, probably just pull off to the side too so that you don't spook them with the movement. And that's really the only concerns, I guess, with the horses.
Or, if you're riding a horse and come across a fellow equestrian, simply treat the trail as a road.
Just like when you're driving a car, you pass on the right, or, you're on the right, they're on their right. Or if you're in a larger group, whoever is the larger group goes ahead. If it's a narrow trail, they kind of stop, get out of the way so everybody else can go.
Spending time outdoors, regardless of the activity you're participating in, and evoke serenity. But amongst the equine crowd, some common themes arise.
Yeah, we love trail riding here in Iowa. Come on, Pete. Let the rest of it, man.
To me, it's just relaxing, just to get away from everybody and ride out in the timber. And I mean, not that I don't want to be around people. It's so nice just to get out with Mother Nature and my horse, and I don't have to worry about anything but my horse.
It's very relaxing. Plus, I like spending time with my friends and horses. It's just a good combination. It's just building relationships with our friends. It just keeps growing, and we end up having a lot of memories to share.
Well, you've got good comradeship when you're riding with your friends. You get to visit a lot. But my horse and I, we go out a lot together, just the two of us. And I have a Kindle. I listen to books as I ride, and it's just calm and relaxing.
Let's see, I've been riding this probably almost 40 years already. So it's just this is part of home for me. I hunt off horses and mules out in Wyoming. We ride the mountains, and this is just a way to, good activity up here.
If it's a stressful day, you go home to a horse and they're just calm, and they just make you just decompress and get rid of your stress.
My shirt says, I think this is the one. Horses aren't my whole life, they make my life whole. I'm on a horse all the time.
If all this sounds like something you want to experience, here are a few final takeaways before grabbing your saddle.
Give it a try, but definitely don't go by yourself the first time. Always have someone with you until you feel comfortable with your horse and seeing how he or she is going to handle the situation.
We love coming up here because it's just so easy. You never meet a stranger. Horse people are completely different. I don't know why, but they are. They're always willing to give a helpful hand. And somebody has a rank horse or something, they fall off. You wouldn't believe the people that swarm you to help you.
My job is so easy here because the area is so awesome that if we can do our part and keep it maintained, the place sells itself. So it's just a great place.